Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, man, Terrence Crawford's walking around right now at 186 as he's beginning his camp to start slowly but surely getting ready for his fight against Canelo in September. Still no word on whether Crawford's going to take a stay busy fight. According to him in a tweet that he sent out, it looked like he is not going to do that, which tells me he ain't trying to mess up his money. He just wants to focus on the fight with Canelo, where he's going to make huge money. So to take a stay busy fight isn't really worth it financially, but the type of the level of activity he's going to have in camp, which starts now, is going to be more than enough, and it'll probably be more beneficial for him than just getting in a ring and kind of peaking and then crashing out and trying to find the strength and will to get back in camp a couple weeks later. That being said, Terrence Crawford, man, it's going to be interesting to see how his nutritionists and everything handle him, because he doesn't have to come down to 154. He only has to come down to 168 pounds. So he has to drop about 18 pounds to get down there. And I want to see how they go about working that, because there's a lot of talking points that have surfaced as a result of Crawford, weighing in at 186. He's always told people, I'm much bigger than y'all think. And I'll be honest, man, just the idea that Crawford's walking around at damn near, at 190 pounds makes you wonder how the hell he was getting down to 147, and could help to explain why when he fought Earl Spence, he was struggling to make 147. They just didn't talk a lot about it. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we're not privy to when it comes to fighters and their weight. But nonetheless, Crawford's going to be scrapping against Canelo at 168 in Las Vegas. It's official. But I got to wonder about the rehydration clause, because we keep talking about Canelo and Canelo rehydrating. But when you look at this, if Crawford's only cutting down to 168, makes you wonder, what's Crawford going to rehydrate to? And I understand Canelo's fighting the guy's Skull in May, which he should get through him, become undisputed. And that's going to give Crawford a huge opportunity, man, to become a 3-time undisputed champion. And try to do what Jamel Charlo tried to do in dethroning Canelo at 168. Now, I think a lot of us felt that Jamel, with his speed, dynamic ability, athleticism, was going to be able to get up there and give Canelo problems. But as soon as he got touched, he was like, your feet don't fail me now, and he hauled ass all around the ring, and Canelo just couldn't catch up to him. But I don't think Crawford, the more we start looking at this, right, I'm kind of swaying back and forth on the direction I think the fight's going to go. But I think Crawford is going to be able to offer more resistance than Jamel Charlo. Now, Jamel Charlo offered no resistance and lost a lopsided unanimous decision to Canelo. But I think Crawford definitely is going to be able to offer more resistance than Jamel did. And as a result, we're going to see maybe Crawford have some power that Jamel didn't have, and he may be able, if he touches Canelo a few times, to get some respect. Because the only way you're going to really get Canelo's respect is if you can paralyze him with your speed, with your activity. But you got to have some pop. You got to have some power. Canelo's not stupid. Canelo fans think Canelo just runs it on anywhere. Canelo's not dumb. He wasn't just running in on Bivol, was he? Because that shit he was getting hit with. And he wasn't just running in on Berlanga either when Berlanga let his hands go. And he was very smart when he was fighting Munguia when Munguia let his hands go. But Canelo's so damn brilliant that he'll let you get some off, and he'll high guard, and he knows when to take a step back. But then he's right on you again. So Canelo just breaks your will. But nonetheless, I expect Crawford to pull off all the stops to get himself ready. When you see him at a walking around weight at 180-something pounds, it just lets you know when he gets down to 168, man, and if he cuts that weight correctly, man, Crawford is going to have the opportunity to get in that ring and be a powerhouse and firing on all cylinders. And if he puts on additional pounds when he rehydrates, I just think this fight is going to be more interesting than what people think, and it's going to be more compelling. Now, the thing about it is the speed. Crawford's speed at 168. I don't know exactly how that's going to look. We know the thing about Mayweather is Mayweather used his speed, his athleticism, and his experience to beat Canelo. And Canelo was way bigger than Floyd when they fought. One thing Floyd said at the end of that fight, those body shots, he said he felt them body shots from Canelo. So Canelo was much bigger than Floyd, and he was banging him hard to the body. But Floyd just had too much speed, too much IQ. And to Canelo's credit, he just didn't have the experience at that time to mess with a guy like Floyd. He had the size and shit, but he didn't have the experience. So Canelo and Crawford, the people who want to make that comparison with Crawford and Floyd, and if Floyd did that to Canelo, what's Crawford going to do? Well, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Floyd caught an inexperienced Canelo. And now Terrence Crawford is going up fighting a Canelo who's at a weight he's comfortable with, and he's fighting a Canelo who's experienced. So Terrence Crawford, if he beats Canelo, his accomplishment would carry more value than Floyd Mayweather's accomplishment of beating Canelo, because Canelo ain't no joke, man. You know what I'm saying? It makes it very, very, very interesting, man. But, hey, fans seem to be more concerned about Terrence Crawford and his weight discrepancy when compared to Canelo than Crawford's own team. They're not worried about Canelo's weight, him rehydrating. They're just talking about skills pay the bills. They say that's P-word stuff, P-U blank blank Y. That's what they call people who worry about rehydration clauses. I don't know if I think that. I just think it's being smart and trying to make sure you ensure a level playing field. But they're not worried about that. If you ask Bomack, he's going to tell you that Bud's going to beat Canelo's ass and just outbox him, and the weight doesn't matter. Now, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say weight doesn't matter in a fight, size doesn't matter in a fight. And that could just be Bomack hyping up his fighter, Terrence Crawford. But I tell you what, if the weight doesn't matter, okay, let's set that aside. The power matters, and he can say they're just going to roll with the punches and they'll take Canelo's power away. I want to see them do that. I really do. How do you take the power away from a power puncher? That's what I want to know. If Bomack and his team can figure out a way for Crawford to take the power away from a power puncher like Canelo, then those guys, Bomack and his whole team, even that one little weird one on Bomack's team, Bernie the Boxer, put them all in the Hall of Fame. Because I don't know of anyone on Crawford's team with a boxing IQ so great that they can get in the ring and take away a power puncher's power like Canelo. If they do that, man, that shit would be amazing, man. But anyway, Canelo's going to be sharp in between fights because he's staying active. Crawford, they're going to do whatever they got to do in training camp. But I'm just telling you, man, Crawford being over 180 pounds, for me, I have like a mixed reaction. The one is like, okay, great. He's not going to be too light in the ass like Earl Spence said when he was talking about fighting Crawford years ago. But also it's like, just how's that going to affect Crawford that he's not going to be, dropping that down to 154 where he's going to be lighter, and what's going to happen to his speed, what's going to happen to his reaction time. Anyway, he's weighing in at 186. So let's just hold our horses, not take it to the stupid. Maybe that's a good thing for him, bad thing for Canelo, but it can also be a bad thing for Crawford and a great thing for Canelo. The fact that Crawford is so heavy and going to be coming in at 168. Crawford could find his feet like he's stuck in the mud, or he could still have those fancy feet and box circles around Canelo. But the ring size is going to matter too. I just did a video on that. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.